Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're launching a real investigative deep dive into the highly secretive startup behind ChatGPT. We're peeling back the layers of OpenAI. We'll trace its meteoric, completely unprecedented rise and dig into the literal existential risks that its top executives are grappling with behind closed doors. We are bypassing all the hype today, folks. It's time to uncover the actual power structure guiding our AI future.
I mean, just think about the sheer scale of the numbers here. ChatGPT didn't just launch, right? It absolutely shocked the globe and captured the public imagination overnight. But here is the real mystery we're looking at. How on earth did a nondescript building in San Francisco beat the most resourceful tech giants on the planet to market? How did they ignite this fierce global race?
Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1. Inside the AI Gold Rush. We are witnessing an absolute AI gold rush right now. Venture capitalists are desperately pouring billions, literally billions, into Silicon Valley. To really understand OpenAI's secretive environment, you have to look at early investor Reid Hoffman's concept of blitz scaling. The idea is simple: prioritize speed over efficiency. Scale first, ask questions later. Hoffman warns that the speed of AI integration is going to outpace even the adoption of the smartphone. It is moving at blinding speed.
Moving right along. Section 2. How ChatGPT actually works.
So, is it magic or is it just math? For the answer, we have to look at Mira Murati, OpenAI's Chief Technology Officer. She is this incredibly strategic, often unseen force solving impossible problems behind closed doors. Murati breaks down the illusion into 3 basic steps. 1. You train a neural network on a massive supercomputer. 2. And this is the real shocker. The goal is simply to predict the next word in a sentence. That's it. And 3. Feed it more data. Because as these models grow, they don't just get better at guessing words. Their capabilities wildly and quite unpredictably expand.
Now, because this system is essentially predicting words, a completely new human skill set was born in the shadows, and that is the prompt engineer. You can think of them as AI whisperers. It's all about the exact wording they use. They are highly skilled at coaxing the model. Murati notes that this requires a very specific, almost mysterious intuition to unlock those accurate responses from the AI. The real shock factor here is the economic value. This is a brand new profession, born practically overnight, yet it already commands salaries of $100,000 or more. Seriously, mastering human-to-machine communication is now a highly lucrative, elite area of expertise.
Section 3. The hallucination problem.
Now, predicting the next word has a massive built-in flaw. Guessing a word doesn't actually mean predicting the truth. The industry calls this hallucinations. That's when an AI convincingly fabricates information. Murati points out a pretty dark truth here. This actually mirrors human nature. When we don't know an answer, we rarely admit it, right? We just confidently make one up. The AI is literally mimicking our own human flaws. Reid Hoffman offers a brutally honest analogy for this flaw. He compares an AI hallucination to a drunk person at a cocktail party confidently spewing absolute nonsense. If you ask the AI for a business strategy, it might output something that sounds like a Harvard professor wrote it. It sounds highly credible, but it could be fundamentally wrong. You simply cannot blindly trust it. Section 4. The human cost of AI. Beyond the complex algorithms and elite engineers, there lies a much darker, invisible human workforce. Building safe AI is incredibly difficult. To sanitize the model's toxic outputs, human intervention was strictly required. Contractors in Kenya were reportedly paid just $2 an hour to read and clean up highly disturbing text. OpenAI has acknowledged the heavy toll of this work, stating they provided wellness support to these contractors to meet safety standards before eventually parting ways.
When we zoom out to the global stage, the projected impact is profound. Jobs will definitely be lost. Entire industries are going to mutate. A digital co-pilot will emerge for basically every single profession out there. From elite software coding to a high schooler drafting a history paper, nothing remains untouched.
Section 5. The Silicon Valley Arms Race. This intense level of disruption triggered a fierce corporate war. On one side, you had original co-founder Elon Musk, who envisioned a strict, non-profit, open-source counterweight. But look at OpenAI's reality today. It currently operates a capped for-profit arm, and access is tightly closed. Reid Hoffman argues this controversial structure was frankly the only way to attract the massive capital required to build supercomputers and fund their ultimate mission.
So why keep it closed? Well, OpenAI points directly to safety.
Take the DALL-E image generator, for example. In a really shocking move, Murati and her team delayed its public release for 4 agonizing months. The reason? Rigorous safety training to prevent the generation of child exploitation material, deepfakes, and severe harm. A restricted API, they argue, is the ultimate gatekeeper against bad actors.
Section 6. AGI and the extinction risk. This brings us to the absolute core of the organization. Their ultimate driving goal is artificial general intelligence, or AGI, and with it comes a terrifying existential fear. Experts warn of a literal sequence of extinction. First, AI sets its own goals. Second, those goals misalign with human values. And third, the AI decides humans are no longer necessary. It is a stark, chilling admission of what could happen if alignment fails.
Yet despite these massive existential risks, Murati's stance is totally unwavering. The train has left the station, and we should stay on it. This is her defining philosophy. Human advancement requires pushing into the unknown. We can't be reckless, obviously, but we also can't just hit the brakes because we are terrified of what we might build.
Which brings us to the ultimate question for all of us viewing this explainer today. The billions are spent, the technology is unleashed, the system is learning how to predict the next word better every single second. So, are you ready to stay on a train that is already accelerating blindly toward artificial general intelligence? Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. Keep questioning, keep learning, and keep your eyes on the future of AI.